Now we'll talk about the characteristics of class amphibia. In the term amphibia, amphi means dual, bios means life. Dual life means these are the organisms which have the ability to live in both aquatic medium as well as in the terrestrial medium. Or these are the first group of vertebrate which are adapted to live in the terrestrial medium. Anyhow, these organisms cannot live in the terrestrial medium throughout their life because they require water for breeding purpose, or these organisms will breed in the aquatic medium or in the water or in the damp environment. That's why these organisms always live near the water body. So they require water for breeding purpose, which means they are not completely adapted for a terrestrial mode of life, or they are incompletely adapted to live in the terrestrial environment. Anyhow, these are the first group of vertebrate which try to escape from the aquatic medium and try to live in the terrestrial medium, or which are adapted to live in the terrestrial medium. Anyhow, that adaptation is not complete, or they are incompletely adapted to live in the terrestrial medium. So that is the meaning of the term amphibia. These organisms are poikilotherms or cold-blooded animals, or they are ectotherms in nature. What do you mean by poikilotherm? Poikilotherm means these organisms cannot regulate their own body temperature, or body temperature of this organism depends on the temperature of the environment in which they are living. So that is the meaning of the term poikilotherms. The body of this organism is covered by glandular skin. Glandular skin means skin consisting of many number of glands. So they have highly glandular skins, because of which the skin is moist and slimy. So because of this moist and slimy skin, they shows a cutaneous respiration. What do you mean by cutaneous respiration? They can respire through the skin. So these organisms have glandular skin, because of which the skin is moist and slimy, due to which they respire through the skin, or they shows cutaneous respiration, which is very important. The body of this organism is divided into mainly two parts, that is head and trunk region. So body is divided into two parts, that is head and trunk region. The trunk region of this organism usually consisting of two pairs of limbs, and these limbs are usually pentadactylous in nature. Pentadactylous means having 5 separate digits. So trunk region usually consisting of two pairs of pentadactylous limbs. These limbs may be absent in some of the species. So most of the amphibians have pair of pentadactylous limbs in the trunk region, whereas some species are limbless, means limbs are totally absent in some of the species. The posterior part of the trunk consisting of tail in some species. So some species have tail, whereas in some other species they are tailless, or tail is completely absent in some of the species. So presence or absence of limbs and tail is completely depends on the species. So that is about the trunk region. Next is about the head region. The head region consisting of pair of eyes which has eyelids. So pair of eyes are present which are covered by eyelids, which is very important. Apart from that, they have pair of tympanum or eardrum, and this tympanum is exposed. Exposed means you can easily mark or you can easily identify the tympanum or eardrum externally or from outside, which represents the ear in the case of amphibia. So head region also consisting of tympanum or eardrum, which represents the ear in the case of amphibia. Apart from that, the head region also consisting of mouth, which is the opening or the anterior part of the digestive system. So if we talk about the digestive system, it starts with the mouth and it ends with the cloaca. So anus is absent. Instead of that, cloaca is present. Cloaca is a common opening of a reproductive, digestive and excretory system. The mouth also consisting of a well-developed tongue, or true tongue is present in the case of amphibia. So these are the first group of vertebrate which have a true tongue. That is about the digestive system. Next is about the respiratory system. These organisms respire through gills, lungs and skin. Usually, the aquatic amphibians or the larvae of amphibians respire through gills because they are present in the aquatic medium. Whereas the terrestrial amphibians, usually adult organisms, respire with the help of lungs and skin. That is about the respiratory system. If we talk about the circulatory system, the heart is three-chambered in the case of amphibia, which consisting of two auricle and one ventricle. So that is about the circulatory system. If we talk about the reproductive system, they reproduce by sexual method and sexes are separate in this organism. Fertilization is external or internal, depends on the species, and development is indirect, including the larva called as tadpole larva. These organisms are oviparous in nature. Oviparous means they lay egg. So that is about the reproductive system. If we talk about the examples of a class amphibia, first one is bufo, which is a toad, rana, which is a frog, salamandra, which is commonly called as salamander, hyla, which is a tree frog, ichthyophis, which is a limbless amphibia. So that is about the characteristics and examples of class amphibia. I hope this video is useful. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.